Hi, I am Adil.
And I'm Eleanor.
We're going to look at how artificial intelligence interacts with our life.
Let's start with what AI really is and how it's being used across the world.
Artificial intelligence takes from information that's given to it, processes it really quickly. If you use AI to find out more about something, always check where the information came from.
For example, if you ask how big the moon is and the information came from the official NASA website, their experts are trustworthy, so you take it as true and a fact.
AI is capable of predicting natural disasters, which could mean we have more time to prepare, saving countless lives, reducing poverty and famine, and billions of pounds in damage across the world.
Yet, at the same time, AI can use a lot of power to process the many requests it gets and then generate responses.
AI can be used in medicine. It can process genetic code quicker,
which means cures can be made faster, it can diagnose quicker, it can predict when A&E will be busy, so hospitals can be more prepared. But how would you actually feel going to a robot GP?
Criminals can also use AI to harm people.
It may give you wrong answers. It can cause data leaks and violate people's privacy.
People becoming too reliant on AI may mean they are less capable themselves. It can impact mental health. AI can also be biased because the information it takes from can sometimes not represent everyone. If you ask, can also create deepfakes of someone without their permission.
So AI ethics isn't simple, but if you use it for good, you might be able to save the world or just finish your homework quicker. I don't use AI for my work or in school because it's banned.
Do you think it should be used in schools?
Sometimes. I went to 5 Acre Wood, a school for students with special educational needs and disabilities. They embrace AI, but the students we spoke to weren't big fans. Hey everyone!
So today we'll be talking about AI and the deepfakes. Deepfakes can be anything. It can be images, can be videos, can be audios, music, songs. So let's try a little bit and to see if you actually can recognize.
Oh, that's tough. Because they both look real.
Left hand side, raise your hand. One only. Right. Okay, a lot more. Okay, you are incorrect.
Oh.
So majority of you got it wrong. This is the technology back in 2018.
Oh, he's real.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah.
But that doesn't look real, do you agree, Tony?
Yeah.
After trying to spot deepfakes, we spoke about what we think of AI.
So do you all think you can spot a deepfake now?
Yeah?
Yeah, I think we could.
Better than...
Before.
Yeah.
What do you think of AI?
I'll still hate it.
Useless.
It's taken over the world too soon.
It's like it take people's jobs and all that. Tom, would you not say spell check's good for AI?
Actually, that autocorrect is rubbish.
Do you use it in school?
Sadly, we have
Unfortunately,
to.
yes. Yeah.
Then Charlie from Campus XR showed us how AI and virtual reality can help people at school, especially when people learn better away from books.
Oh, did I say chicken?
Chicken?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay.
You can learn from this. You can go look at the tarantulas, figure out what that is.
Who's this lady?
Mrs. Melody. So she's inspired by a musician.
How does AI help with,
Help with music.
yeah.
AI can inspire creativity, analyze trends, or suggest melodies, but it lacks the emotion, the soul. That's irreplaceable.
My opinion on AI will never change.
It can change society as we know it. What's the different side of it? I don't know.
The robot has a heart. Soon enough, it's always going to talk to. It will remove like the human aspect of socializing and stuff.
That's not the point of living if you're being judged by computers. There should be some AI, but not to the fact that where it's taking over everyone's lives. Like
And driving.
You should have a VR headset for like gaming and stuff like that, and some sort of work.
So you need it in the right place
Yeah.
at the right time.
Yeah.
That's well said.
Misinformation includes content that's shared, but the person spreading it believes it's true, all as well as deepfakes. It can be so hard to deal with what's shared online.
Always fact check whether it's information, the news, or even music. AI was a great tool when I went to a youth club in Brighton. I've come to the Crew Club in Brighton to see how AI can affect our creativity and how we see the world. Should we start making some music to see if AI music could be even better than ours? Genres.
House, hip hop,
rap music. Yeah.
Drums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guitar. Rap. Electric guitar.
Something really random.
Fried chicken.
Okay.
Yeah, fried chicken.
What did you have for lunch today?
Pizza.
Okay. What's a car you want?
McLaren P1.
Love.
Love. Okay. What's your favorite song?
Anything I do good. Night Changes by One Direction.
And we ask ChatGPT. It's a bit long.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Let's take that and go to the other AI tool, which will make the music, right?
Cool, though.
These are an Ipsos did a survey of 9,000 people across different countries and found 97% failed to spot AI music. But what does that mean for musicians? What about other creative subjects like art, theater, and industries like sport? We have 3 songs, okay? So we'll listen to all of them.
Chicken on the table.
Yeah.
Oh, that goes hard. Now, what
pretty
the
good, right?
drums, bro?
The beat drop, mate.
Way too tough.
Oh, no.
Way too tough.
Do you think we have a winner?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, already.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on, come on. Okay, let's see the second one. Okay,
Yeah.
let's see the last one.
Oh, that's got that little. That's got that soft, slow rhythmic shit. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Yes,
Slow
right?
tempo.
Yes,
That's actually right. To be fair.
Did you feel that AI created that? If you didn't know,
No.
would you be able to?
Nah, I wouldn't think. I think that was made by a real person.
Right?
Yeah.
Is that something that worries us?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of like a cheat.
It's learning from all the other songs that were created by us before, right? You enjoyed the process of making music, right?
Yeah.
So think about it. What if all of this process is gone? You're listening to the music that some AI has created. Would you feel good about this?
No. It's how people get money and stuff. And like, just that's like all of their hard work into that. Like, song just gone.
Do you guys like any sport? Do you watch football?
I like boxing. Football, yeah.
Would you watch a game knowing that everything is basically AI fake?
No.
I said no.
If it was like a football game and someone won, it wouldn't really mean anything because it was like made by AI.
Exactly. It's a little bit of health. You can modify it. At the end of the day, it's up to you.
How do we live alongside AI instead of it becoming something to be scared of?
My best advice for young people would be to always stay alert and never ignore a gut feeling that something seems wrong.
And we don't want talking to AI to be dangerous, so I invited a psychologist with me to Westminster. I'm at Chatham Station to meet with Dr. Jim Everett, who's going to be talking to us about the effects of AI. And then we'll be heading over to Westminster, where we'll be talking to some politicians, and they'll be telling us how they keep us safe. So do you think in like 20 years AI could become like dangerous?
The way that we interact and trust
Yeah.
AI, these ethical concerns are not just in 20 years or in the future, they're happening right now in the way that AI is used and regulated. What can we do? What can policymakers do? But also, what can you do as the next generation to try and create this better world with AI, not worrying so much about whether it's going to take us over and kill everyone?
AI is obviously like helping with cancer, isn't it? It can help with medicine, but you just need to have the right like tools to make sure that it's not dangerous. We got off the train and arrived at Westminster. Before we spoke to the politicians, we wanted to look at how AI could give advice, but how it can be problematic too. I can't go to my friend's birthday party. What should I do?
So what's it saying?
1. Let them know as soon as you can. 2. Show you still care. 3. Make a plan to celebrate her. 4. Don't over-apologise.
Does it sound like good advice?
It sounds like alright advice, but I don't think your friend would, like, accept the apology.
Why don't you say I'm feeling really nervous about this and see what it says now?
It says, first, a gentle reminder. Missing a party does not mean you're a bad friend. And then it says, before you send it, try this quick calm down trick. After you sent it, put your phone down for a few minutes. Don't reread the message. You've done your part kindly and honestly.
The AI is being very supportive of you. And sometimes we need that person, like a friend, to actually say, no, what you're doing is not cool.
Yeah.
It's using the emojis as well. I think it's really interesting because It's sort of giving this impression of having feelings, right? But we know that AI doesn't have feelings. We know that AI is just a technology. And the tech companies, the builders, the developers are doing this very deliberately to make us trust it more. I'm really interested in hearing what politicians are going to say about this.
Yeah, me too. So what laws have you put in to protect young people from AI?
Data protection laws, particularly the Age-Appropriate Design Code. The other is the Online Safety Act, which is more recent.
So what laws do you want to put in?
One which is AI specific, getting rid of AI that's gone rogue or that is doing the wrong thing.
How we expect our data to be used, how we expect our image and our voice to be used. What we can control is how people use us, humans.
So how can young people help?
Just be engaged. Write to MP, tell them how you think, how you feel, examples of what's happening in the schools and friendship groups.
What we keep on saying is there'll be no jobs. What we keep on saying is that the computer might turn on us. A generation of people who don't see hope, who don't see themselves in the world is about the most dangerous thing that we can do. I've heard of young people and say, you know what? They're really disappointed in everyone of our age for failing to tackle this. I think that's what we have to respond to now.
After the break, we're going to take a closer look at AI in our Generation Cyber group chat.
Welcome back to Generation Cyber.
In this episode's group chat, we went to Waterside and Greenacre School in Kent.
I spoke to a journalist, Sean from Full Fact, member of Youth Parliament, Sunny, astrophysics student, Tiffany, as well as Logan, a musician and teacher at Superjam.
Then 4 students had their turn to talk about how AI plays a part in their lives.
Should we be worried about AI? Should we be excited?
There's definitely lots of benefits and exciting things with the technology, but there's also many dangers as well. In my job, for instance, in fact-checking, I see a lot of things that are created with AI that aren't real and people do believe are real. And so we get that spread of misinformation. But we also use AI tools at Full Fact to help us find repeated claims that are seen online. So it's an incredibly useful technology when used correctly.
In the world of politics, I'd say AI is more dangerous. I think it can be really useful with things like polling. It's really important for things in politics to be presented in their truest form.
I think it helps a lot with collecting data most of the time and finding unknowns in the universe that we can't even see.
Could AI maybe, for example, calculate the distance between us and on a planet or something like that?
I wouldn't say it would be as accurate as a human could do it, but I think in the future it will be possible for more accuracy.
If it's used as a tool to get your ideas out onto paper or actually physically in the world, then yeah.
Personally, my economics teacher said a perfect quote to back this up, which is that you should let AI not think for you, but think with you. It needs to support you, but it can't take place for your brain. I think that's the key message.
Hi, what's your name?
Owen.
How old are you?
13.
And what's your question for us today?
Why should we trust AI?
I don't think AI can be. We can't place our full trust in anything, let alone AI. I mean, I'm sure you guys have used ChatGPT before. It can quite often gather misinformation and display it as information.
It's good for a little guide or just a bit of help. I will use AI to just check my grammar or a little summary, but not trust the whole thing it gives me, especially in my field as an astrophysics student. It won't give you the correct answer majority of the time. It's just not to be trusted.
The wrong person behind the wheel of a car can't really be trusted, right? So I think it is purely just down to the individual who is using it.
So would you trust your students using AI?
If they're using it for research purposes, yes. If they're using it to write an essay, no, not at all.
You wouldn't just trust the first thing you see on a Google result. It often shows you where it's got its information from. So if you can click through, check the NHS website on a health claim, for instance, check if it's saying the same thing, brilliant. It's useful, you can trust it. But you have to do that extra little bit of work. So We even had an issue last year where Amazon's Alexa was misreading our fact checks. So it was, if you asked it a certain question about, is this thing real? It would read the wrong part of our website. And so it would read what the claim was rather than our verdict. It's a tool that works with you. It's not something you should blindly trust.
Hi, what's your name? How old are you? And what's your question?
My name's Okoroze, I'm 12. And my question is, how does AI affect music?
Currently, there are so many AI songs being made. I feel like it kills a lot of creativity. It's making it a lot harder for real musicians to actually release their music and be noticed and spotted.
Hi, what's your name?
Livy,
And how old are you?
13.
And what's your question?
How does AI affect the environment?
It uses a gargantuan amount of water, specifically for cooling, I think it is. I think the AI chips run really hot, so they take a lot of water to be cooled. I think I read a statistic somewhere that it's the equivalent to a month's usage of water supply in New York, just for the US alone. So yeah, it's pretty horrific, but I will say AI might be the solution. It's developing so quickly, it can come up with some possible power source that could fuel it for the future.
My name's Kimberly, I'm 13, and my question is, how does AI exactly make money?
The AI companies themselves at the moment are often free and running at a loss, so they don't make any money. But the idea is that we become more and more reliant on them. So ChatGPT, we're all using all the time. We become sort of hooked on that. So we'll want to have to go for the pro versions or when they make us pay for it, and that's how they'll make money. But individuals can make money from using AI technology as well.
My name is Josh, I'm 13, and my question is, how can AI help our health?
Essentially, we create something more personalized. AI can analyze so much information, like you can understand what is the certain medicine that works for you and doesn't work for someone else.
How much do you all know about AI?
I know quite a lot about AI because my dad is obsessed with it. He's obsessed with the way that you can just create anything from words to pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure it's a good thing.
I don't use it a lot. I just use it to help me study and get study plans up. So it's mainly just for that.
I use it mainly when I want to figure something out. Not studying necessarily, but I use it for a game.
I don't tend to use AI that much. After hearing from the experts, how are you all feeling about AI? Are you still worried?
Well, after hearing from the experts, it opened up a wider range of things that I can understand better now that I've heard from them. But also with AI, yes, it can be used by the wrong people for the wrong things, but it can also be a very helpful thing.
Yeah, knowing that it could be a big thing, and even if you just put a picture of yourself online on Instagram, God knows what could happen. It could be changed into something really horrible, so it's quite worrying. And you just need to genuinely be careful.
Well, I wasn't really worried in the first place because I don't see AI technically as the problem. I'm more like the person using it. Yeah. And there's always been bad people in the world, so I'm not necessarily worried.
My opinion didn't exactly change, to be honest. I still use it more than person again.
Would you make music with AI?
As a music student, I've sort of learned to play those instruments and have learned to just do it by myself. So I personally wouldn't use it, as it could end up getting confused on what I'm asking and make something completely different.
Yeah, if I was going to use AI to make music, I wouldn't use it to sell or make money off of. Not only because it's AI and it's not actually my work, but also because I've always found that AI music sounds really bad. I've never listened to AI music and thought it sounded good.
Would you support an AI artist if they became famous?
No. I feel like music is very human, which is not what AI is.
Yeah.
You're supporting someone who's just not really putting any effort in, and it's more like you're supporting the program that they use rather than them.
It depends if they sounded good. If you couldn't tell the difference, probably.
What's the coolest thing you've heard AI can do?
Well, I've seen AI make photos into videos, and you can just make it basically do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's cool how they can make it realistic, but sometimes it's not the best thing.
Yeah.
But there isn't really anything that I'm like, oh, that's really cool, because it has now become a very normal thing to most people.
Have you seen many AI videos online?
Yes, all the time.
Can you give me an example of one?
I've seen one where a newborn child is speaking to its mum and just giving it loads of attitude, and you can just tell it's fake. It's so funny. That's fun.
Where have you seen this?
On TikTok. It's so bad.
AI ASMR as well. That comes up all the time.
Like cutting glass.
Yeah. I don't really get it, but yeah. The ones where animals are dancing.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You know, I hate them. Do you think it's worth the video being made if it affects the environment?
Definitely not. Because, if with enough effort, someone could make it without causing that much damage.
Do you know how much AI affects the environment?
There isn't actually that much information that people talk about to do with how AI actually affects stuff like that.
Do you think AI should be banned at schools? There's good things that come with AI, like study resources, and I get ways I can help myself study.
Which is good if there's no one to teach her anything at the time. So no, I don't think it should be banned from school.
But there are downsides to it where I can teach you the wrong thing, and I have been taught the wrong thing off AI and try to use it in lessons and it's not worked.
What do we think about how our school uses AI?
I've not really noticed.
I don't think it does.
I've noticed it in times in English where we have to write something, they use AI for the pictures.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that.
They do that a lot. How do you think we should be taught about AI?
I think they should teach us the dangers of using it, because not many people understand the dangers of using AI.
Yeah.
We need to be careful.
Are you guys worried about people becoming too dependent on AI?
I think most people already are, to be honest.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to just be like, oh, that's what it says, this is what I believe now. A lot of people just doing that constantly. I've been guilty of doing it.
Yeah, it's become very normalised.
Yeah, what would you tell or warn your younger self about AI? I would just tell myself not to believe it, because there has probably been times where my younger self probably would have believed something off AI and try and use it and it not work. Do you think the amount of people who use AI on social media is getting out of hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And do you think the government are doing anything for it?
I don't think the government care about AI.
They're trying to stop under 16s using social media, which is a part of AI, but other than that, I don't know anything more that they're implying other than that part.
It's inevitably going to become more in everyone's day-to-day life. There's nothing they can really do to stop that now that we have that intelligence to help us, whether it is actual intelligence or not.
What's one good thing and one bad thing about AI?
Good thing, it can help you study. Bad thing, it might not always be true.
A good thing, it could be fun to use, but a bad thing is that people use it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. Well, my good thing is that you can generate images for stories, and the bad thing is that it can be very harmful on social media for me.
If you're stuck on something, it can help you, but it's not very good on social media.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if you just ask it a question and it'll help you understand it, but also one of the bad things is that could also be misinformation.
Thank you all for coming, and thank you guys for coming.